Tucker Carlson may have sparked a Fox News civil war, and I love it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about several people who have left Fox News in favor of Tucker Carlson. Now, a lot of these are show producers, maybe even some of the higher ups. They've left Fox. You're like, you know what? We don't like where you guys are going. We don't like your new direction. We don't like logging on to the employee portal and seeing a bunch of random, weird, ridiculous, gross things for Pride Month, which is a different story, and I digress. We don't like where you're going, okay? You fired Tucker, guys like Dan Bongino are gone, and many others. You also have hired Caitlyn Jenner. It's like, what are we doing here? Are we Fox News, or are we going to be more like CNN under a Jeff Zucker? Are we going into the MS-13 DNC direction? What are we doing? Where are we headed? A lot of guys and girls say, you know what? We're out. We're going to go over with Tucker, which is a great move in my opinion. His show on Twitter is amazing. If you have not seen the Twitter Tucker Carlson show, please do so. If you don't have Twitter, just sign up for it. It's free just for Tucker Carlson's show. No other reason. You don't got to be on there participating in the whole situation. Just watch his show. It is really good. Now, before I go any further into it, we have some articles to get through. I'm not going to read this one in its entirety, but you see the headline. It says 2 former Tucker Carlson producers have exited Fox News. All right, just 2. But there's many more than that, right? Now, the subhead says the departures are the latest fallout since the network sidelined Mr. Carlson in April. But there's more than just the 2, okay? Here's another article right here. Let's check it out. It says, biographer claims an exodus is coming on Fox News. Tucker Carlson's team is growing bigger. Let's check it out. This is on Western Journal from yesterday, June 18th, 2023. Tucker Carlson's broadcast team is growing at the expense of Fox News, according to his biographer. In a series of tweets, Chadwick Moore claimed that multiple Fox News employees have jumped ship after seeking out Carlson. My sources have now told me 9, not 1, not 2, but 3, 9 former Tucker Carlson Tonight staffers have left Fox News to join Tucker on his next venture. There are others who are waiting to leave as soon as a role opens up for them with Tucker. Each of the 9 approached Tucker, not the other way around, he wrote on Saturday. 9 people. So that tells you how powerful he is and was to Fox. I don't understand why they fired him. I mean, I had my videos about it. It could have been a personal thing with the big boss, Rupert Murdoch. It could have been something with Dominion Systems and a lawsuit. It could have been anything, but I don't really see a good reason why you would fire him. He was the big draw. What's the actual reason to watch Fox, aside from it just being on? Like if you are at a car dealership, if you are at an airport, well, they don't play it in airports, but if you're just somewhere where you're in captive audience, you watch it that way. But beyond that, what's the reason to watch it? I literally have zero reason to watch Fox at all. I read a lot of news myself. I write a lot of news. I do videos. Why do I need Fox? For what? Anyway, my sources have now told me 9 former Tucker Carlson Tonight staffers have left Fox. So that's a tweet right there. I'll link to that in the box. Also, quietly, many familiar faces from Tucker Carlson Tonight are refusing to appear on Fox News since Tucker was bizarrely pulled off the air, and not just the ones who got blacklisted for writing a book about him. So, yeah, you may have like repeat guests that come on that particular time slot and say, you know what? I'm not going to go over there anymore. I'm cool. My reason for being there was Tucker, what he stood for, what the network may have at one point stood for. But since that's gone, why would I be there? I'm not going to be there. So shout out to them for standing on purpose and refusing to go to Fox now that he's gone. And I probably know some of these guys. Shout out to you for doing that. You guys are 100% legitimate. Anyway, let's read here. Tucker Carlson's team at Fox was extremely close. Most of them were there from the launch of the show until its end, and they stood by their boss in the aftermath. And that's pretty rare to have a long-running show, 10, 15 years, however long it was on Fox. I'm not sure how long. It might have been less than 10. But for 10 years, let's just say that for a round number, that's a long time for one team to be together, and not have a lot of turnover. All right, let's keep on going here. Last week, Carlson jabbed Fox after it parted company with a producer who took responsibility for a Chiron posted Tuesday that called President Joe Biden a wannabe dictator. I remember that. Yeah, the Chiron was there, the lower third. It was there for like 30 seconds or less, no more than 30 seconds. And for that, the producer was fired on the spot. No 2 weeks notice. It's like, clean your desk out right now and get out. Meanwhile, other networks wouldn't even play Trump's talk after he got arrested, talking about, he's going to tell lies. He's going to do things that we don't agree with over here on our network. So you can have a CNN just outright say that he's a liar with no evidence of him lying in that circumstance. That's totally fine. But when Fox puts the lower Chiron and says, want to be dictator, you want to fire the guy responsible for that right away, instantly. No 2 weeks notice or nothing. Anyway, Alexander McCaskill, who was a producer for Carlson's show, wrote, wannabe dictator speaks at the White House after having his political rival arrested. That was the lower third that we're talking about right here. The woman who ran the network panicked. Okay, so is it a matriarchy over there at Fox? Carlson said in his Twitter broadcast Thursday, according to Vanity Fair, quote, first they scolded the producer who put the banner on the screen. Less than 24 hours after that, he resigned. He had been at Fox for more than a decade. He was considered one of the most capable people in the building. He offered to stay for the customary 2 weeks, but Fox told him to clear out his desk and leave immediately. So he resigned, but he probably was forced to resign. You can't just, they say, look, you can resign or get fired. They give you a choice, but there is no choice when it comes to staying or leaving. Like, you're going to go, but either be going to fire you, you get no benefits, or you can resign and get benefits. That's probably what took place, because they say, clean your desk out right now, fire or get resigned. According to a report in the New York Times, Thomas Fox, a senior editorial producer on Carlson's former Fox News show, also left Fox News last week. The Times report, which cited two people with knowledge of the moves, said one of those sources said McCaskill and Fox had been looking at leaving Fox News even before the Tuesday incident. Okay. All right. So that kind of makes sense. It's like, I'm about to be out anyway. I'm going to just go out with a bang. Charles Cougar, executive producer of Tucker Carlson Originals, Carlson's former Fox Nation show, left Fox last month. NBC recently took a stab at trying to discern the size of Carlson's audience. According to what it was told by Tubular Labs, a media analytics firm, about 26 million people watched Carlson's first Twitter video. The second episode was watched by 13.2 million people, while his most recent one last Tuesday drew 18.7 million people, NBC reported, noting that there is a significant difference between views logged by Twitter and the number developed by the media analytics firm. Yeah, there is, because the one video that I saw, I think it might have been the most recent, had 82 million views on Twitter. So how is this third party determining the views, and how is it lower than what Twitter itself provides to the general public when you look at the actual video right there on the screen and it says 82 million? How did they glean from that 13.2? Anyway, I digress. So yeah, I hope Fox goes, they gotta do something, because what they're doing right now, I'm not really feeling. They're leaning into more the leftist type stuff. They still have conservative opinions, of course. They still have conservative news, and they are the only kind of conservative platform on television, on mainstream media. So I want them to fix it. I want them to turn it around, get back on the right track and fix it. But I don't really see that happening anytime soon, unfortunately. I mean, when you go and fire Tucker for no real reason, no stated reason, then you're hiring Caitlyn Jenner, then you're leaning into more of the leftist type stuff. I just don't really see where they're going to go. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to everybody who has left Fox in favor of Tucker, and you're going to join him on his next venture. The show he has on Twitter is just getting started. It's already great. I love it. We need more stuff like this. You know, what you watching on television a lot of times is sanitized, because you got advertisers and you got sponsors and you got shareholders and bosses and executives. But once you get rid of all of that or kind of reduce it, and get it down to a more manageable size? Because think about it like this. How much does it cost to keep Fox News afloat, to keep their buildings and all their employees and staff and infrastructure? And how much does that cost? Versus, let's say it's me right here and I got a cell phone. I'm talking in front of my cell phone. How much does that cost? I can reduce my overhead a lot. So I'm not so much worried about advertisers and pleasing them to keep the show up and running. I can reduce my footprint financially, and I can say more. I can have more freedom by not having so many bells and whistles. To me, that makes sense to do. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's happened here with Fox News and Tucker Carlson's new show? It's a mass exodus. They're leaving Fox and going to Tucker. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I love it personally. I think Fox deserves this. Tucker is a really, really big force out here. And they're going to realize that. I mean, they have to realize that now. They can't just not know. They can't be ignorant to who they had on their platform for a very long time, many years. They know who he is. They know what kind of audience he brings, and he'll be just fine. They may try to get him tied up in a lawsuit talking about your new show violates non-compete clause in the contract. Well, I'm fired. So, I mean, what happened? There's some things there they're going to work out in court. And if Fox has Tucker in a court battle, that makes them look worse. You're going to make the problem of retaining your audience even worse. So I don't think it's really worth going to court and try to battle Tucker over having this new show. All you're going to do is just drive more of your audience away and toward Tucker. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.